Welcome to ILTV's Israel Daily. I'm the Dargave Lazian, coming up in today's newscast. A new report by the New York Times alleges that Israel informed the United States it was responsible for the assassination of the Iranian IRGC officer in Tehran. Terrorist group Hezbollah now joining in the chorus of threats against Israel ahead of the Jerusalem flag march. And an historic conference sees Israel and Morocco strengthening their ties in the fields of innovation and technology. A new report by the New York Times alleges that Israel informed the United States it was responsible for the killing of an Iranian Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Quds Force commander in Tehran on Sunday. The details in the following report. The New York Times published a report on Sunday citing an unnamed intelligence official, alleging that Israel claimed responsibility for the assassination of Colonel Hassan Sayed Khodayari, a member of the Iranian Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Quds Force, or IRGC. According to the report, the Israelis told the Americans the killing was meant as a warning to Iran to halt the operations of a covert group within the Quds Force known as Unit 840, which is tasked with abductions and assassinations of foreigners around the world, including Israeli civilians and officials. The report said that the Israeli officials said Colonel Khodayari was the deputy commander of Unit 840 and was involved in planning cross-border plots against foreigners, including Israelis. Iran has denied the existence of Unit 840 and has depicted Khodayari as a defender of the shrine, a reference to Iranians operating in Syria and Iraq who protect Shiite sites. Khodayari was in his car near his home in central Tehran Sunday afternoon when he was shot 5 times by 2 unknown assailants riding on a motorcycle. He died instantly in his car. While the identity of the assailants remain unknown, Iran has pointed the finger at Israel and the United States. At Khodayari's funeral on Tuesday, Iranian officials threatened revenge for the killing.
واکنش ایران واکنش سختی خواهد بود به هر تهدیدی به هر عملی، ولی زمان و موقعیت و کیفیتش رو ما تعیین خواهیم کرد، ولی قطعاً ما از دشمنانمون انتقام میگیریم.
خب اونها میترسند و از این بیداری مردم و خیزش‌های مردمی قطعاً خوشحال نیستند. به همین خاطر افرادی رو که در این زمینه مؤثر هستند رو مورد هدف قرار میدن.
Meanwhile, according to Hebrew media reports, Israel was taken by surprise by the intelligence leak to the New York Times. Such sensitive and classified leaks are rare with regards to Israel's close and long-standing security collaboration with the United States. And now, Israel's concern is that the leak to the New York Times will only increase Iran's desire for revenge against Israeli targets around the world. In other news, Iranian proxy terror organization Hezbollah has joined the chorus of threats against Israel ahead of the Jerusalem flag march, set to take place in the Old City on Sunday. Hassan Nasrallah, the terror group's leader, threatened an explosion in the region over the planned right-wing march. Joining us now to discuss is former head of strategic planning at the IDF Central Command, Colonel Dr. Dani Tilza. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So Israel has received threats from Palestinian terror groups, and now Hezbollah is joining in as well. How seriously should Israel be taking these threats?
Well, we know the situation around. There are a lot of countries around us, and everyone trying to find out a reason or to attack Israel in the media and to blame Israel on everything. The story of what's going on these days, and especially on Sunday at the Day of Jerusalem, is a story that was told in the lie way by the Arabs, because everything started just 2 weeks ago when the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Jordan pressed a story that nobody knows where it comes from, that Israel is going to divide the Temple Mount, or how they call it, Al-Aqsa area, to 2 areas, as it's in the Cave of Abraham in Hebron. That's a great lie, but they started it and most of the Arabs.
To watch full episodes of ILTV's Israel Daily and tons of other content from Israel, visit our website at iltv.tv or download the ILTV Plus app.